Welcome to the Digital Empires podcast. I'm Shruti Pangthi, a digital product entrepreneur and content creator. I went from being a hobby blogger to building a 7-figure business in just 4 years using the power of digital products and content marketing. And I'm here to help you do the same. So let's get started. Welcome. In part 1 of this series, I walked you through what a micro offer is. And in part 2, we spoke all about what are the key requisites for a good offer. And now in part 3, I'm going to be walking you through how to build your funnel so that you can actually make more money than just what you charge on the front end for your micro offer. Now, moving back to what we discussed, this is all about how we can take in low ticket offers and turn them into $1 million offers. Now, one of the ways to do it is to obviously sell something at scale, but that isn't the only thing that we need to keep in mind here. We also need to understand something called building a sales funnel, which essentially takes your customers from step 1 to step 4 or step 5. Now, when we talk about the micro offer, which is your under $50 offer, that is going to be the front end, or let's say the first sales page that your audience is going to land upon. That offer can be anywhere between, let's say, $5 all the way to $50, depending on what it is that you are selling. And the key here, in order to actually sell worth more than just what you're charging on the front, is to add things like order bumps and upsells to your process. Now, I'll walk you through step by step what that looks like, just to give you specific examples of how to do the same. Now, what exactly are order bumps and upsells and downsells and all of these things that I'm talking about? So I'm going to break down each of these for you based on how I would construct a sales page for a low-ticket digital product. So let's assume that we are selling a $27 ebook, which is going to be our micro offer. And that is the first thing that our audience has access to, the first sales page that they land on. Now, you might have noticed a lot of times when you are checking out on, let's say, Amazon, or you are checking out on any other online store, sometimes they give you an option to add an extra, offer, which is going to be just when you're clicking, on pay or buy or complete order. Now, this can look like express shipping if you're ordering from, an e-commerce store. This can look like an additional product such as, maybe a lens solution if you're ordering contact lenses, just to add a little bit of a bump to your order. And this is why this is known as an order bump. An order bump is simply a small additional product that is complementary to the main product that you're buying. Now, the main product here is an ebook, so maybe a complementary product could be a mini template or something that helps us understand the ebook even further, right? Now, order bumps can range in different prices and they can be anywhere depending on what the original offer costs, but usually speaking, they cost a little bit less than the original offer. So if you're charging, $27 for your main micro offer, you're probably going to charge less than $20 for your order bump. In my experience, about 50 to 70% of the overall cost of your micro offer is generally a good sweet spot to land. And in terms of conversion, you also want the majority of people to take this offer because this increases your average order value. So now instead of just having someone buy for $27, let's say you added an order bump which was for $10 and now they have bought something for $37. Now obviously not everyone is going to buy this. Probably less than 50% of your audience is going to buy this order bump. But a good, number to actually go for is about at least a 30% conversion rate for your order bump, right? So this is going to help you make at least a little bit extra on, 30% of your customers who are going to opt for this extra $10 or $15 of your order bump. Now, once you have the main page figured out, you have your micro offer and you have, your order bump ready, what comes next? The next thing that we have is going to be something known as an upsell. Now, the simplest way for me to explain to you what an upsell is when you go to a place like McDonald's and you say, hey, I want a McChicken burger. They also tell you, hey, do you want to upgrade your offer to have a fries and a Coke? And that's going to be at a special price of, $12.99 or whatever. That process is called an upsell. And one of the ways in which McDonald's makes a lot of money is through upsells. And that is true in the field of digital e-commerce as well. In our case specifically here, we want to look for a complementary product that also serves as a next step in your funnel. So once the person has, seen your main page, they have bought your ebook and they have bought your order bump, or at least they have seen what you have to offer, the next step is to upsell them to 1, 2, 3 complementary offers. Now, again, how many offers you want to add as upsells, first of all, depends on how many digital products you have created that are going to add value to this person's journey. And secondly, it also depends on what you personally feel comfortable with. Now, a lot of people don't feel comfortable doing a lot of upsells because they find it tacky or annoying or whatever. So you also have to keep in mind what you feel, in good energetic alignment with and what you're okay to add as an upsell or the number that seems best to you. So in this case, we talked about an ebook, which was $27, and we mentioned, a mini template offer, which was, let's say, the order bump. Now, when we talk about an upsell, maybe one upsell for this could be a workbook. So let's say your ebook is all about, building your business and setting up your, let's say, coffee shop. And your workbook is all about the action steps, the checklists, and the step-by-step points that people need to keep in mind in order to make sure they make the most value out of the ebook. Now, when creating upsells, you also want to make sure that people don't feel like horrible about buying the first product, because it shouldn't be like the first product isn't complete without the others. The others should clearly be a complementary additional product that you offer so that whoever finds it necessary and whoever wants to use it can use it. But keep in mind, these are optional offers. Someone might just buy your ebook and then bounce from that page and not even go to the next page, right? So you want to keep in mind that you are creating upsells that actually add value to the existing product without taking away value from the main offer. So in this case, one upsell could be a workbook. Another upsell could be a video workshop. So let's say you also have a workshop about how to do accounting for your own small business, and that is going to be then a great complementary offer for your main product, which was the ebook, and so on and so forth. So depending on how many offers you have in your product suite and how many you can find as complementary options, you can create anywhere between 1 to 3 up to even 5 upsells. This is really going to depend on your software and what you have chosen to, set up these funnels with. I use a platform called ThriveCart, which is excellent for creating funnels. And there are also other platforms like this called Samcart and System.io, and really lots of different options where you can build this as well. As to my knowledge, also platforms like Stan, etc. can do these funnels. But in my experience, I don't find them to be the highest converting. So I would not use a platform like Stan if I wanted to build a more complicated, order funnel. Now, the third thing to keep in mind besides the order bump and the upsell is a downsell. Now, what is a downsell? So let's say that someone, went to McDonald's and they wanted the burger and they wanted the fries, but they didn't really want the Coke. So you told them, hey, I also have a special offer for you where you can just get the burger and the fries, and, this is going to be the price. So in that case, that's going to be a downsell, which means you didn't take the original bigger offer that was given to you as a complimentary offer, but you took something a little bit like downsized version of it. Now, in this case, for example, a downsell could be instead of the video workshop that you offered, which was upsell number 2, you could also offer an audio version of this for a lesser price. So that could be the downsell for anyone who did not choose the video workshop. Now, again, this is a little bit more advanced and not everyone can probably, come up with that many product ideas in just one go. But I wanted to give you all the options in order for you to really fully work out a funnel and develop what is the best flow and structure for your product. Now, keep in mind, a downsell doesn't have to be very complicated. It doesn't even have to be a new product. It can even be a mini version of the main upsell that you have. So if your upsell was a workbook of 100 pages, and someone didn't take that, you could offer them a downsell of a workbook of, let's say, 20 pages for a lower price, right? So in that case, that would also be a downsell. Another thing to keep in mind is that a downsell doesn't necessarily have to be on the checkout page or when a person is in the process of buying something. It can also be when they join your email list. So somebody who has already bought from you and has bought your ebook, you could, welcome them with a welcome series. And then after that, you could offer them a downsell if you can filter out who bought and who didn't buy that already, which again, most softwares like ConvertKit should be able to do. But even if you don't want to do that with email, you can absolutely do this through, building a funnel which is directly on your software tool. Now, my recommendation would be to go with either ThriveCart or Samcart, as those are the best industry-leading softwares for doing this. But obviously, you can also tweak and test with whatever software it is that you're using and try to create a funnel which is similar. So just to recap, we have a main offer, which is under $50. We have an order bump, which is at the price of slightly lower than, the main offer. We have 1 to 3 upsells, which can be anywhere from the price of the main offer all the way to a little bit more. So 2 or 3 times the price is also okay to charge. But obviously, if you're selling a $27 product, if you add an upsell for $3,000, the chances of someone taking that are probably very, very low. So I would look at, a range of 2 to 3x the amount of the main offer in order to have a high conversion rate on your upsells. But of course, this again depends on what it is that you have to sell in the first place and what are the complementary products that you can actually provide to add more value. The reason why building a micro offer funnel is so powerful is because, first of all, it allows you to capture all the people who could not buy from you because you were selling something for $300, $500, $1,000. Now you can sell something for $27, $37, $47 and get all these low ticket buyers into your ecosystem, give them a little bit of a sample of what your products and services are all about, and then move them to your, higher scale of offers or higher product suite of offers. Another reason why I love building funnels which are more in-depth, are complementary to what someone has purchased from you, is because you also get to increase the average order value. So instead of selling something for just $27, now you end up selling something for $40 or even $50, which again per person adds to more and more profit for you. Another thing to keep in mind here is that when we are looking to sell low ticket offers, the aim is not just to make money, but it is also to attract a higher quality lead. So instead of just signing up freebies or having checklists or whatever, which is free, and attracting a lot of freebie seekers into your world, maybe you want to attract a higher quality lead who is actually expressed an interest in buying from you. And in my experience, these leads tend to convert and stay in your ecosystem for a lot longer and are a lot more reliable than people who are just looking for free advice. Because free advice can only take you so far at a certain point. At some point, you have to show that you have skin in the game. And what better way to have people who have skin in the game than people who have already paid you a certain amount to be in your ecosystem and to learn from you. So this is why I feel building a micro offer funnel is so powerful. And this is also the way that I made my first million. And we're on track this year to cross $2 million in revenue using multiple micro funnels. And this is something that you can replicate and scale over and over again in different niches, in different industries. You don't even have to restrict yourself to marketing or finance or wealth creation or whatever. I've seen people use these types of funnels in niches as crazy as children's books, or niches which are all about parenting, or niches about eating well. Really, the sky is the limit when it comes to the digital products that you can sell, because here you are creating an ecosystem of offers which add value to your customer while also creating profit in your business. So I hope that this series was useful for you, and make sure to like and share the podcast if this is something that you found useful. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to give us a follow. And if you would like to learn more about how I'm building a profitable digital product business, I have a 100% free training that you can get started with. It's just 25 minutes of the step-by-step roadmap of how I went from zero to over $1 million with digital products. If you want to check that out, the link is going to be in the description box or in the show notes. Thank you so much once again, and I'll see you in the next one.